Kevin. In the previous video we learned how to do data cleaning, so in this video we are going to learn how to perform data analysis, how to start data analysis, real analysis of a project. So we transformed here, I think you remember in the previous video. So if you are watching this video for the first time, you go and watch the previous video so that you know how we landed up here and how we are going to start data analysis. So what we need to do, we are going to do some basic analysis. So you come here on analyze, then we go here to descriptive statistics, and then you go to frequencies. Then under frequencies we can choose everything because we want to get the entire information, then we go here on statistics. So we want to get the central tendency. You select mean, median, mode, and then maybe the standard deviation, the mean, the variance, the minimum and the maximum. Of course, that is relevant for our descriptive stat. And then display frequency tables. I don't need these tables. And then we say okay, because for me I'm interested in just summarizing data. So here we see that the n represents the sample space, and then here we see varied, meaning that we had 49 cases and then one was missing. The dogs owned, then days to fill, that was 60, and then favorite, that was 50, then dog breed, that was 50, and then dog toys owned, chosen, that was 50, and then we had here the mean, which was 6.14, and then here we had the standard deviation of 3. So actually what we need to know, so when we talk of the mean it means that here you get the total observation, and then you divide by the number of observation, and then the standard deviation here reflects how data is spread away from the mean. So we can visualize this. In order to visualize this, we can just come here and then analyze, and then when you go to descriptive stat under frequencies, then for continuous variables, if we want to visualize or a chart, to gain chart, we have to select an histogram, and then we say okay. By the way, you can also add a normal curve, show a normal curve, then continue, and then okay. So this is our histogram. It visualizes everything, meaning that dogs owned, most of the dogs owned, toys owned, they own at around 5, and then we see here the standard deviation was around 4. So here we see here our mean, which is 6.114, and then we see our standard deviation, which is 3.758, and then we see our n, which is 49. And then what we need to do is that we can double click here in order for us to adjust or make some changes. You can double click here if you want to make changes on the title. Okay, I can say a graph, or a graph showing or summarizing, showing the distribution, distribution of the dogs, of the toys owned. And then you can just simply double click, or you can close here. And then what we need to do is that you can also add variables that they are known as data. So come here, I can select red. I love red. That is how it looks like. So just minimize in order to see, for you to see the changes. So the same applied here. So whenever you deal with categorical data, here you use bar graphs, or you can use a pie chart. So you come here to analyze descriptive stat, then frequencies, and then this is our categorical data. And then charts, we have to choose bar graphs, and we say continue. Okay, so here they bring everything that the dog breed. So we see their names here and here, so we can add data labels. Just double tap here in the graph, then right click on the graphs, and then show data labels. Actually the data becomes even meaningful. So the same here, double tap, and then right click on the graphs, then show variables. I told you how to you can add whatever. Data becomes even more meaningful. We can also add percentages. So you can come here on analyze, and then we come here correlate. You choose variable since we have to continue, since we have two variables we are dealing with. Then here I can just choose toys owned and days to fail. Then let me go here to option, mean and standard deviation. We can add that, and then check the Pearson correlation coefficient, then make sure that the test for significance it is also added, and then you say okay. So basing on what we are seeing toys owned, the mean, and then days to fail, the mean and the standard deviation. Of course we have already looked about that. Then here we look at the correlation. So this is the Pearson correlation. So here we see toys owned. So here it shows 1. Where is the 1 coming from? For instance, here it means that we have got toys owned being correlating with toys owned, giving us a 1. It's like when you are correlating with yourself. If they tell you what is the correlation of yourself, my viewer, that is 1. The correlation of yourself is 1. That is where the 1 is coming from. So the days to fail, they are giving us a 0.237. That is a very weak correlation, but it is a positive weak correlation. So here that is the Pearson correlation. So here we are testing for significance. That is so we have here, this is a 0.101. so if we set our threshold of 0.01, so this one is greater than 0.01. yeah, so here we can conclude that this data is not significant, or they are not related. The same here, the significance level, it is 0.101, which means that this data is not significant, or it is not associated. So if here we have a hypothesis which is saying that there is significance between dogs owned and days to fail, here we can just reject it. We can conclude by rejecting another hypothesis, and we conclude there. So when we try to visualize this, just come here on graphs, graph chart builder, and then we look for a simple scatter diagram. Click this, and then we select. We have got days to fair, and then we have got toys owned, and then we say okay. So when it happens, just double tap, and then we want to add a line of best fit. Add a fit line. It has been added. So what we need to know, let me zoom. We want to identify So ladies and gentlemen, we want to do some more relationship. So in order for us to do relationship, we want to get the relationship between dog breed and favorite toy owned. Yeah. So in order for us to do that, we shall come here to analyze at the top of the screen, and then we go to descriptive stat, and then we choose cross tabs. So in this window which pop up, we shall move the dog breed into the row box. Dog breed into the row box, and then we shall bring the favorite into column box. Then here we shall press statistics, and then we select the chi-square test, and then we say continue. So if you want to get a clear view, you can also click the cell button to check the row box and the percentages. Yeah, and then press continue. We can also display the cluster graphs, which is also good. So we can say okay. So here we are seeing a cross tabulation between dog breed and then favorite. So for us, we are interested with the chi-square test. So here we can see that under Pearson, we have got the degree of freedom. So the degree of freedom represents the variables. For instance, that the variables, it is 8, and then it gives us the likelihood ratio. But for us, we are interested with the significance level. So here we are seeing a 0.003. So if we set our threshold to 0.05, we can say this is significant. And then here, this is 0.05. Of course, this data, I won't say it is significant, because if we set a threshold of 0.05, so this is just equal, so we cannot guarantee that this data is significant. We have no significant association. Let me show you here the cross tab graph. That is how it looks like. It has the blue, which represents the toy, then the whatever, these different categories of toys, favorite toys for this dog breed. Nice. End of this video. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the Tech with Kevin. So in the next videos, I'm going to show you how you can use this kind of data to make a really nice report, and maybe write a presentation after doing your analysis. Yeah. So lastly, let me teach you how you save. Many people find it harder. So when I press here, so they say save content of the output viewer, and let me just say yes. You just save that. You can say yeah, let me just leave it as output, and then just say in the document. So I want to set it. Okay, let me just add it there. Save. You can also save in the data set. Do you want to save? Yes. Then dogs cleaned, and then save.